I'm very happy. My brother-in-law came through and he was able to get for me 44 Farms beef shank. Let's take a look. He hooked me up with 2. I'm gonna cook 1 today on the smoker with some smoke, and then I'm gonna also braise it as well. So first time I've ever cooked this. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. We'll see. I'm excited. Let's get to cooking it. I think I am planning on cooking 1 of these today. Let's see here. Look at this big guy. Let's take a look at this cut. So beef shank is near the leg of the cow. So you're gonna have a really, really thick bone right here. A lot of it's gonna render out. Supposedly, again, I haven't cooked this before, you get a lot of flavor from the bone marrow. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna work on cutting off a lot of the fat. Because I want some people cook it with the fat on, I saw, and some people take it off. I'm gonna take it off for today because when I put my rub on, I want it to be able to stick onto the meat and not cover just the fat side. So let's go ahead and do that. And now it's gonna be ready, so when I put that rub on here, it could stick to it. Here we go with our 2 seasonings we're gonna play with today. I'm gonna use the Holy Cow from Meat Church, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of the Hardcore Carnivore. I like mixing things up. Check that out. There we go. Now we're going to get that fire lighted. We're gonna set up for some indirect heat action. And then later, like I said, 2 hours, hopefully to smoke it or till I like where the bark is, and then we're gonna finish it off with braising it. Look at that, guys. This is some nice size lump charcoal that you get with the BB bag, and for 12, 13 bucks versus like 30, 40 bucks from Fogo. I know it's supposed to be amazing. I haven't cooked on it yet. I've done Jealous Devil. You've seen it in other videos. I like that too, but it's easy for me to get this, so I use it quite frequently. I'm gonna light it. I got 2 lighter blocks in here. I'm hitting it with my Pink Power Ranger Bic multi-purpose lighter, so we'll get it going. I added some apple wood for the flavoring, and then I went ahead and put my deflector plates on. You can see the apple wood has caught, starting to give off that smoke. I went ahead and put a cast iron skillet in there as we're smoking this meat. It's gonna collect those drippings, that au jus, and we can mix it in and use it later. And again, we're going for a temp on the grade of about 225 plus. We're gonna smoke it for a couple of hours. And just like that, Texas weather changes so fast. If you take a look at the sky, look at what we got. It's starting to come down, so now I have to cover this, get it going. Oh, you hear that? Okay, we're gonna have to go inside. We're safe inside the house. The rain's starting to chill a little bit, still consistent. What's nice is I got my Thermal Pro, we're kind of monitoring, we're at 228, so we're kind of in range of where I wanna kind of smoke it at. We're gonna cut up some vegetables for this. So what we are gonna use, we're gonna use some carrots. I got some green onions that need to be used. I have 2 onions, and then I have celery that I'm gonna chop up. I'm also gonna add these San Marzano tomatoes and red cooking wine. That's what we're gonna braise it in. That's gonna be the second phase. So I'm gonna start chopping up the stuff right now. We got our celery, carrots, green onions, onion, and we are gonna mix that up once we make the braising liquid. Check out the weather. Rain has stopped. That's what's funny about living out here. Always get a weather change. Pouring rain. Now it's a little bit overcast, couple cloud breaks. So hopefully it stays that way. We've been going at this thing for about 2 hours. Let's check it out. Let's pop up the hood. It looks great. So my plan is to take off the grates, take off the deflector plates. I'm gonna start searing it a little bit, guys. Giving a nice little char, little crust, and then we are gonna go to that next stage of hitting that braise. So let's get to it. I removed the deflector plates. I'm gonna set up my accessory rack for the Kamado Joe. We're gonna put my Dutch oven there at the pot to finish with the braising. All right, let's get this little sear for a little bit. A little char on there. Now, I ran into a little bit of an issue because this thing is so big, guys, that it's not gonna fit in my normal Dutch oven or my cast iron wok. So I'm gonna have to use an aluminum pan. You can see some of that liquid coming out of the marrow, just dripping. All right, let's check our vegetables in there. Why not saute them a little bit? Now I would have cooked everything in here, but you can see there's no way that shank's gonna fit in there. So I had to improvise. I had to get an aluminum foil. So there's my vegetables. Now let's add some of those liquids. San Marzano tomatoes. I did a slight chop. They were whole, but I just did a slight pulse just to chop it up a little bit. I'm gonna add about a cup of red wine. And then the rest will fill with beef stock. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I didn't really catch any drippings. I was expecting to catch drippings on my other. Okay guys, let's put that nice hunk of meat on there. Look at that. Like I said, it was so big. Let's add some more beef broth into this thing. Okay guys, I got it in there. Look at how that bone is just pushing up against that side. And we got that braising liquid. We will go until it's about 206 internal temp, 206 or higher. We really want it to fall apart, and we'll go from there. All right, you see, we're back. We're on the. We just hit the desired temp, 206. Check it out, raining. Raining. We weren't raining. We're raining. That's what we do here. Let's take a look at this beauty. Oh. Ooh. I kind of do a probe. Ooh, it's sliding in pretty good. Oh, especially there. Sliding good. I think we're gonna take it off. What an interesting day with a change in the weather. Here we are. Beef shank is done. Let's take a look. That looks awesome. I'm gonna take some of this juice. I'm gonna go ahead and move it onto the cutting board. Look at that. We got some of that marrow in there. I think it feels like it's gonna come off the bone, guys. So we're resting it right now. I've already mashed some potatoes. Just put a little bit of milk and some butter in it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on top of those mashed potatoes, add a little bit of this juice, and we'll serve it up. Here's my bit of mashed potatoes. Let's go ahead and put this guy on. Let's give it a try now. So I want to serve up some of those mashed potatoes. Let's break off some of that meat and see how it tastes. go. Let's give it a taste. That is excellent. That is really good. I'm gonna add some potato to it. Great smoky flavor. Great char on the outside. You can see we got a little bit of a smoke ring. The sauce and the mashed potatoes really complement it. I'm excited to serve this to my family. So here you go, guys. First time doing a beef shank. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit me up with your questions. Till the next video.